white helmet of Karpushin in second place. Then Brian Iriarte in third.
Iriarte and Pratama, a bit like yesterday, just swapping places around.
Trio, I think, are being caught by the 31 of Giulia Pugliese and Hakim. Down the hill they go. Absolutely superb stuff. It's 164 kilometres left.
Various parts of the track then. Morelli sitting tight in third position.
Danish on the number 13.
Carter Thompson there in 6th place with Sullivan Mounty up from 11th.
They're 102 miles away. They get up to 194 kilometres an hour before they scrub off speed.
Daniel just behind him as well. Here is that fast and flowing. On the grid there in 7th as well, just off the back of this group. So we're really seeing it properly strung out, Peter.
Speed into the left-hander here. Climbing the hill in 4th gear, all the way up here in
section of the track. That's not really an overtaking spot, Christian, but he didn't quite make it stick there. So this is absolutely fascinating. I wonder what the conditions are like out there. I mean, the pace being... Karpushin just cut across the front of Iriarte. Sorry there, Peter. That was so close. They're being ultra. We've got track limits warnings for Agostinelli, Brown, Monignane and Danish.
Hakim Danish, yeah.
Drilled out here. I mean, you've got 2 riders out the top 3 in 2:01s. Most of the others, apart from Petra Brave through there. But look at Gonzalez just waiting to pounce on a bunch of these riders that are coming down the wall.
Yeah, that is very much a warning. All 3 abreast again on the brakes.
Oh,
and it's
Morelli. Pugliese and Danish, they're in 2:02s. Everybody else in minimum 2:03. So it's just a red waterfall. They fan out 3 abreast towards the penultimate curve. Iriarte up to the inside. Karpushin doesn't want to give it in.
Morelli, no plan B, takes the lead.
Brilliant. No plan B up there once again. He's been a little bit hot pace, like the sun out there at the moment from these leaders.
And pole time was 2.
But he's forced to. He cuts back up the inside. They go off the track, over onto the black stuff, into one. Quiet this year, hasn't he? Not what we expected from the Argentinian. Kicked off the year
01.95, and Veda Pratama has just done a 2:02.
What's the final corner? Iriarte has to give way and move back down into 3rd place.
Yeah, he went
with a 5th and a 4th place finish. He got his first podium in Le Mans race 2. He's
2:02.0, so he's almost on his pole time. David Gonzalez is underneath the pole. From 1st to 3rd, just on the scrub, and the brakes into the left-hander. That's Karpushin.
Not been on the podium since. But this is what we want to see from Morelli.
Yeah, he had 2 wins last time at 2:01.71.
Well, this is absolutely fascinating then.
That leads again, and still 15 laps to go. My goodness, they're about half last year, and we want to see him on the top step of the podium. And Brian desperately trying to keep his cake.
You can see Matani and Ramadeepa having their own little battle back in 8th and 9th on our timing screens. Just a swap over from
Brake will stand this up the inside. It's the number 11 of David Gonzalez who has a look. ATM off the green stuff there as he chases Morelli away from the first corner.
And of course, him and Morelli came there. Got to give a shout out to Thompson and Mounty. That's a good start for them. Thompson could have expected him to be in the... Oh, someone's down in the background. Oh, it was Danish. Danish went down, Peter. I'm sure. Blows back in Sachsenring, didn't they? And look at the gap then with the chasers. They are this front group perhaps with his pace and qualification, but not today. Fastest lap of the race.
Right, back with the lead. It's Brian Iriarte who has the advantage over Karpushin in the white helmet.
On it, they are gonna catch them, I think, Peter. It was 6th race goes to Hakim Danish on the back of this group, the number 13 Malaysian rider there, doing very, very well indeed.
Gonzalez is in 3rd place.
And you've got Morelli in there as well, Peter. Next 1/10 of a second as they come across the first intermediate split there. So I think that's it. Our championship leader, 4 second places so far this year. This is where he took his first Rookies Cup victory last year.
Where did he come from?
How'd you do that, Marco? Wow, you've woken up, haven't you?
That's right. Of course, he didn't come.
Leading pack have been caught officially. Fastest rider on track is that rider there, number 7 of gear. Oh, as he nearly gets wiped out there by... Oh no, he nearly took out there Julio.
He was pit lane start yesterday, but that was a penalty. He started from 15th, his qualifying position today.
Benyat Fernandez.
And of course, that group of 5 punches a big hole in the air, and that drags the other.
Pugliese, it was 31 on 13. That was a tough move. So it gets turn 3 is not your stereo,
but still 15th to 5th kind of thing. Right, so it is Iriarte into the slipstream very effectively. So it's Brian Iriarte who takes up the lead. from Veda Pratama.
Typical overtaking spot.
No, it isn't. But meanwhile, I was interested. I was watching Brian Ariata on the 51. Carpuchin in the white helmet, 17 around the outside.
So heavy on the brakes, and it's really steep downhill into turn 4 there. You can see the rear wheel
there as he tries to hang on to Veda Pratama. He didn't look quite as smooth and cool. Gonzalez inside in 3rd place.
Pushing Daniel Jr. the number, but Uriarte is just popping off the ground momentarily as they now come into the fastest.
Full and precise as he normally does. I wonder if he's just having to push quite hard.
70 up into 8th place as well, just off the back of the leading group then. So a lot of the riders who may be the sweeping section is Guillaume Plon, first rider to have a long lap penalty for Aksi.
To stay with the leader, the number 54, the Indonesian Veda Pratama.
A little bit left in the tank come after the end of free practice and qualifying. Leading track limits. He's in 20th spot at the moment. That'll move him down, likely to last. Pratama taking such a different. Well, I mean, all 5 of them doing completely different lines there through the group. Look a lot better here today as we see Morelli now moved up into 3rd.
Yeah. I mean, he's Morelli. Right, and as you were talking about, you know, using up your tyres too much, these Pirellis are really superb.
First course, you're right there. You're absolutely right. It is so downhill there. You cannot imagine.
He's a guy who you always think could win any weekend, but it just doesn't come together for him. Maybe the tyres, they do drop off. The performance does fade away slightly, but it's very, very predictable. So the guy
from just your TV screens, how they're not just folding the front every time. Well, this
is his day.
Morelli's becoming a bit of an enigma, isn't he? On his day, he is quicker than absolutely everybody.
Guys can feel what's happening and usually doesn't give them any nasty surprises. It's
why they're in Rebel Rookies Cup and we're commentary box.
That's right. And as I say, they go through the gearbox
in this field by a little bit of a margin, to be honest.
Well, that's right. We saw that at Aston last year.
Exactly.
But Uriarte that leads. But up the inside now, it's David Gonzalez there on the number 11. Do the left-hander in first, and they just go 2nd, 3rd, 4th. You know, it's so steep down there that you know, one weekend doesn't make a championship, does it?
No, but what is there's no doubt in his talent.
Into 2nd place.
I think I saw Christian Daniel pushing Marco Morelli rather wide.
They're just as quickly as they can change the gear, they do so. So there is the number 13 of Hakim Dan.
But he's got to keep that consistency. Can he do it today, Mr. No Plan B?
Right, down the waterfall again.
They're in towards the penultimate turn. And there we have the weave-in. Riders trying to
finish our points leader. But he's yet to win a race this year. He's frustrated by that. It is Brian Uriarte that leads. Carpuchin